Hello, everyone. Today's episode is about words. I know you're speaking all day long, you're reading, you see words all around you. If you're watching anything on Netflix or on TV, words are all around us. But have you ever thought about the words that you use to describe yourself, the words that you use to describe other people? And the reason that words matter in those situations is because people form opinions or judgments or ideas about a person based on the words that they use to describe themselves and how they describe others. So, for example, if you are introducing yourself and someone says, "Wow, that's really great. You have all that experience," and you downplay it, you say, "Oh, you know what? It's no big deal, really. It's not a big deal at all." And you downplay it, it makes what you've done less. It takes that experience and almost makes it not worth as much, right? And I'm going to guess that what you've done is really valuable. But if you downplay it because you may not want the spotlight on you, or because you are feeling a little bit insecure talking to this other person, or you don't have a lot of confidence right now, it's really easy to take the words that you use and talk about the experiences that you've had or the things that you do in your current role and almost diminish them. And that causes that other person to maybe think about, maybe what she's doing isn't so great. Maybe I had an opinion of her that's now different because of how she's describing herself. They don't know that you're doing it because you don't want the spotlight on you or because you don't have as much confidence or you're feeling insecure. They don't know that. So that's why it's really important to listen to yourself. Listen to yourself when you talk about the things that you're doing or when you're describing what you're doing to other people. And listen to the words that you're using. Are they words that are high energy? Are they positive? Are they full of confidence that you can accomplish great results? Or are they kind of like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not doing that much really. It's okay. It's just okay, right? So, can you tell the difference in energy? The energy level is very important. So, it's not only the words that you say, but it's how you say them because you want people to take away the great things that you're doing and be able to see you in a new way or see you in the way that they thought that you were. The same holds true when you're talking about your team or project team members or friends or family. People will form an opinion based on what you say about them as well. And for a leader, there is nothing worse than talking about a team member to someone else and that team member finds out about it. What is that going to do? It's going to create a lack of trust. It's going to make them wonder if you even have their back, if you're even going to support them in anything that they do or say, if you really are empowered to do things and make the right decisions. Are you going to get someone coming in and changing that decision? Those are all the things that go through someone's head when they hear that their manager is talking about them and not in a good way. So managers should always talk about their people in the most positive way. If there is something that your team members doing that you wish they would do differently, tell them in private. Let them know that you would like them to do something different because they don't know if you don't tell them. But you should never do it publicly. You should never put them down publicly. That just creates a feeling by everyone who's watching or listening that you don't have faith in them. So, how on earth is anyone else going to have faith in them if their own manager doesn't? So, I'm hoping this gives you some ideas of why words are very important and how to use them appropriately. So, just to recap, think about the words that you say about yourself. If you are not really paying attention, you can record yourself and actually hear what you use to describe yourself. Just do an introduction of yourself for a couple minutes without thinking about it. Don't put any thought into it and just listen back to it. What words are you using when you describe yourself or talk about the role that you're doing or a project that you're leading? Just record yourself and listen back. I'm guessing you might be surprised. I was definitely surprised the first time I did it because I realized I was diminishing myself. I was talking about things in a way that wasn't showing the value that I brought. And that was all because I was trying to avoid the spotlight. It wasn't because what I was doing was not valuable. It was. But if I didn't talk about it in the best way, no one else is going to see it as valuable. The second piece about talking about your team members, making sure that you're talking about them in the most positive way in a public setting, in front of your bosses, in front of your management. If you don't talk about them positively, no one else will see them in the best way. If you have to give them feedback, do it privately. And remember that at some point, those people that work for you are looking for support from you to get promoted or to move on to other projects. And if you haven't painted the best picture of them, that's just not going to happen. They're not going to be able to go anywhere. So it's really incumbent upon you to make sure that you are speaking about your team in the best way. That doesn't mean make it up, right? It doesn't mean say things that aren't true, but you're supposed to be developing them. So, what are you doing to develop them? How are you getting them visibility? How are you helping them be seen? And how are you helping them get the next role or the next opportunity, whatever that may be? I hope that helps. I hope it gives you some food for thought today about the words that you're using and how you're describing yourself and others. And I hope you have a great day.